In this video, we're going to go over how you define weather in the Zebra model. Zebra needs the air temperature, which will affect how much you need to heat and cool the building. And it also needs the solar irradiation, which will affect how much solar gain we get through the windows, and also how much we might be able to generate from PV panels. It needs the irradiation broken down into different directions, and it needs all of this broken down for each month of the year. So it actually needs quite a detailed set of input data for the weather. But it also contains a database of weather stations. So most of the time we can just look up a nearby station and bring in data from there. Now this is what the weather sheet looks like in the Zebra model. As you can see, we have inputs for the latitude and longitude of our project location. And when we type these values in, it will give us a list here of suggested nearby weather stations. So if you don't know how to find the latitude and longitude, one way is to just go to Google Maps and click on the location, and it will give it here. And then we can just take these values and type them in. So we've got 51.5 and minus 2.6. And that will give us a list of weather stations. So we have one here that's just 4 kilometers away. And what I need to do is copy this value into this cell. So I'll just copy, and I will paste. You have to paste the value, not the formula. So just be careful with that. And once I do that, it will bring up all of the weather data it has for that station. So on the first chart, we have the air temperature. And on the second chart, we have the solar irradiation. And that's broken down north, east, south, and west, which are going to be most relevant for window solar gains. And then also horizontal, which is probably going to be most relevant for PV cells on the roof. So if you're happy that the weather data at the station represents your project location, that's all you need to do on this sheet. If you want to override some values, we need to increase the complexity level. So we can go back into the instructions tab and go to the complexity level of 3. And then you'll see we'll have additional options available to us. So we can override all of the weather data. And in that case, we need to type in the values here. The other thing we can do is type in the site elevation so that we can have a temperature correction for the difference between the weather data at the weather station and our site location. So this weather station is at 11 meters. If our site is at 250 meters, there'll be a correction of minus 1.55, which is based on 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer elevation difference. That will just adjust these air temperature values. So that's a quick run through how you input weather to the Zebra model. In the next tutorial, we're going to cover how you define walls and doors.